band coming through from Glacial Rising Phoenix, because we really haven't seen Ancient Mommy play much Graves at all during the split.
No, it's not his common. Ancient Mommy tends to do better with these tanky junglers.
Yeah, and there's Zach. Zach, pretty sure he's Ancient Mommy is undefeated to this point in the split on Zach, as well as Trundle. So once again, the Graves band's a little weird to me, but either way, Zach being locked in, slipping through. Morgana, though, being picked up, as well as Syndra on the side of Glacial Rising Phoenix.
You know, I'm glad to see that LeBlanc got banned out now. You haven't seen a mid pick come from Uncandy yet, and getting rid of his LeBlanc, very powerful. Ancient Mommy, though, has been very consistent on Zach and Trundle. He has 9 games between them and hasn't lost one.
Yeah, absolutely. That, like, again, makes me think twice about this Graves ban, because he's been performing so well on these other junglers, and I don't know where the thought was. Maybe it was going to be some sort of role swap. They're worried about someone else switching into the jungle role and playing Graves. It's quite possible that was what they were afraid of, but Epic Fail Guy going to be on this Ezreal once again as he's locking it in. We've seen him so many times just be an absolute monster on this champion.
Absolutely. This Iron Dragon team comp so far... Oh.
Yep, a little bit of technical difficulties as the draft has been temporarily dodged. We'll see if we can get that back on track as soon as possible. But we were left off with that Ezreal lock-in.
Yeah. So I was saying that this Iron Dragons team is a weird comp, but not out of the norm for Iron Dragon. I think, I don't know that I've seen a lot of Kennen play total in the ALS. And I don't think I've ever seen User Person play Kennen.
Yeah, we haven't seen Iron Dragon play Kennen recently. Back in Season 1, they used to run Kennen quite a bit when they had Kindred as best and Bisu in the mid lane. They used to run these Kennen compositions, so it's interesting to see them kind of coming back to something like that at such a late state of the season. But I'm definitely excited to see it coming through, especially on someone such a User Person, as we see him play Vladimir a lot, champions like that. So him going deep into the backline, into these team fights with the Kennen ultimate, looking to do as much disruption and damage as possible. I'm definitely excited about that.
Yeah, absolutely. Going back through the picks and bans now, reselecting. Of course, they need to be the same picks and bans, but...
So while they're doing this, we could quickly touch on something we didn't get a chance to do in the before the Champions Select started. It would be predictions on the series before we see anything. Obviously, we've seen a little bit of the Champions Select for Game 1, but what do you see taking down the series?
You know, it's a hard time for me to think that that Iron Dragon wouldn't take it down. I think they're going to drop a game or two here, but I still expect Iron Dragon to be able to carry this out. But having seen this draft so far, I have a great deal of respect for how Glacial Rising Phoenix is drafting their comp, which is usual. They usually do a pretty solid, pretty metagame selection of champions.
Yeah, we do obviously see Joey Desu on the Gangplank as well. We didn't really touch on that at all. But before we get too much more into the comps, I'll give my pre-series prediction. I'm also going to go with Iron Dragon on this one, but I could see this one going 3-0 for Iron Dragon. And that's just because it's more of a pro Iron Dragon thing than, you know, saying Glacial Rising Phoenix can't pick up a game, because I just feel like their ceiling's not quite big enough to like win the series, and it's possible that they could pick up a game or two, as you're saying, as you predicted. But I'm predicting a 3-0 here for Iron Dragon.
So it looks like this Kennen might be going to Candy, or Candy's taking the Lucian. That's an interesting route to go down.
Oh, Lulu coming in though.
Like, User Person has played Lucian before. That's not an out of his realm pick. Giving Xylandis Bard though, whew, that's muy caliente.
Yeah, Bard's been one of those picks we've seen the past several weeks. Just all these supports able to pull it off so well. Obviously, Troll the Noob with some memorable performances. Xylandis also right in there. But that will be the final pick here of this drafting phase. It looks like we will be seeing that Morgana jungle in the hands of Glacial Rising Phoenix, though, which I don't think we've seen them pull out this strategy. That's been more of HMD's go-to.
I mean, it's kind of wild to see Morgana escape the bans of Iron Dragon. They pretty consistently banned her every game for most of the split. So,
yeah, and go ahead.
I'm glad to see Glacial Rising Phoenix picking their spot and running it down.
I feel like I agree. This is kind of like almost a mind gamey type of play because, as you're saying, Iron Dragon usually bans Morgana. They had that first loss of the season, or first loss of the split rather, back in week 2 to HMD, who whipped out Morgana jungle. So kind of an interesting little game here. Iron Dragon leaves it open, and Glacial Rising Phoenix decides to play it into him. Well, the other interesting thing to note here is that usually when HMD got a jungle strategy into Iron Dragon, they had Lux support. And also in some of the other times they ran the strategy, but it looks like they're going to be having Bard support, which kind of solves the same, sort of fills the same role as you would with the Lux. You have the chain CC coming through with the Morgana ganks. Morgana or Bard, either of them lands a stun, you have that chain coming up, the chain CC available at your disposal for these early ganks. And early roams from Bard if Xylandis decides to roam mid and make a play with Klepto there. The chain CC is going to be available as well, and that's what really makes the Morgana jungle strategy so effective, is the ability to have this massive CC chain in early ganks and early pressure.
So looking at these comps, you definitely have, like, strong engages on both teams, but there is a lot of very powerful siege pressure coming from Glacial Rising Phoenix, and I just gotta wonder how well Iron Dragon's gonna be able to hold up under that when you have Skiz hurling balls in, and Klepto with that entire Morgana kit, Epic Fail guy Ezreal. Like, they have the poke, they have the range, they also have the engage. This is a pretty solid team, and that's not to say that Iron Dragon's team is missing much. They just also have like 3. I'm sure that Kennen's going to be AP, but 3 auto attacking champions and an auto attack champion enabling support. I don't know. It feels like that's something that you can tech against.
Yeah, the thing is, Iron Dragon definitely is like built a super good team fighting comp. Whether you want to look at the deal of the auto attacks and how the exact fight's going to play out, you can do that. But like the main thing is that I think Glacial Rising Phoenix's comp, and it's like they've got the scaling. They've got Joey Desu on the gangplank. They got Epic Fail guy on his Ezreal. And Syndra doesn't necessarily like excel great in the late game, but is always able to pop somebody. So they really got a good early game comp with the Morgana jungle. They got the Xylandis roams. They're gonna be looking to make some plays, especially with Candy on Lucian. You land anything onto Lucian, he's got his dash, but if you land anything on that, if you got a Klepto there, if Skiz hits the E stun, if Xylandis runs up, hits anything, that's gonna be a dead Candy, as well as any these bot lane gangs. I think Glacial Rising Phoenix can have a great opportunity to grab a lead early on in this game, and that's one of the weaknesses we've seen from Iron Dragon, is if they fall behind early, a lot of times they're just trying to get to this late game scaling, and they kind of will let teams grab these early leads on them. So they're going to be careful not to let Glacial Rising Phoenix get too much of a lead there, because they obviously don't fall off with the Gangplank as well. So the raw team fighting comp might be in the favor of Iron Dragon, but if they're falling, Glacial Rising Phoenix is going to scale up well, and it's not going to be well. It's not going to work well for him.
I mean, Iron Dragon has dropped some pretty drastic team fights lately. So, looking at runes and looking at summoner spells, there's no cleanse coming into this match. User person is taking an unsealed spellbook, but when you're looking at so much like CC coming from Glacial Rising Phoenix, I would consider taking a cleanse.
Yeah, especially either on the mid lane Lucian from Candy or Lijalu. Again, we're talking about that early pressure coming through from the CC chains. You get landed by one of those things, and it's going to be almost certain death. The flip side of that also, which I didn't really touch on at all, is that Syndra's obviously a pretty immobile champion. Yes, she has her E to kind of protect herself, but if that's misused in any way, Ancient Mami's going to be flying in on Zac, and Lucian's going to be dashing at your face. So also Glacial Rising Phoenix needs to be careful in the mid lane. Skiz does not want to give up that early pressure, because if they lose the early pressure, the Morgana jungle becomes a little bit less effective. So just need to be a little bit careful with that. But yeah, as you're saying, no cleanse coming through here from Candy or Lijalu. And they're just going to have to be careful not to get caught, because you get hit by one of these things, and it's just not going to end well for you.
No, it's definitely worth remembering that when it comes to laning phase, I like Kennen against Gangplank. That doesn't seem too bad. I mean, Gangplank can get out of a Kennen stun, but you can farm pretty well. And I haven't seen a lot of the Lucian Syndra matchup. I imagine the Lucian can farm fairly safely.
It's probably able to farm pretty well. Syndra, obviously, if Lucian needs to get pretty close to deal the damage, and if he's going to, for trades and stuff, if they're going to be trading, probably end up taking a decent amount of harass from Syndra as such a lane bully, especially early on. But again, Lucian is as well. I'm not really too familiar with that matchup as well. We'll have to see how it plays out. I feel like it'll definitely end up being pretty jungle oriented, which jungler is able to bring more pressure to the mid lane and help out in these ganks. Because if you're Ancient Mami and Iron Dragon, you definitely want to keep an eye on this. Syndra's so immobile, and you really, you're picking an aggressive pick like Lucian to it. You're going to be looking to make some plays. You just got to be really careful not to get caught off guard with any counter ganks with Klepto, especially if Xylandis roams up, you get caught with your pants down, 3v2. That's going to be really bad. So just need to be careful. But I see this game's going to be decided around, I think, between Klepto and Mami. If Klepto and Xylandis are able to make plays mid and bot early and grab an early lead, then I definitely think Glacial Rising Phoenix is going to take this down. But if Ancient Mami is able to be in the right spot at the right time, and if Iron Dragon's able to, kind of keep tabs on Klepto and not let him pull anything off, then they're probably going to end up scaling up and just winning with their better team fighting comp.
I also want to 100% call out that I'm Candy is the type of player to roam aggressively, and Lucian is not a bad choice for that. Being able to dash over walls and come at bottom and top lanes from different angles, that could really spell a difference. Looks like it's Rift time, though.
Yep, should be loading onto the Rift here at any moment.
There we go. Okay. A little bit of a slow load in, but we're there now.
Right, server's a little bit slow this morning, perhaps, but here we go. We are into game number 1 of the third place match. Looks like we'll be seeing a pretty clean 5-point start coming through from Glacial as we see a pause coming through real quick. A little bit of difficulty with players connecting, causing that slow load in, but it looks like gonna be starting up here pretty soon. Doesn't look like it's gonna take too much time. Trying to get the best 5 action.
We had some. It looked like one of the players on Iron Dragon had a disconnect issue, but hopefully we should be back in fairly quickly.
So while we have an extra second here, we did predictions in the series, but on this game, who do you got? Real quick. After seeing the draft, game 1.
I'm kind of feeling like Glacial Rising Phoenix can take down game 1.
I honestly kind of agree with you. I know I called Iron Dragon 3 as a sweep, but I honestly I like this draft a lot coming through from Glacial, and I could definitely see them taking down this game.
An aggressive move by Glacial, just getting into the jungle, getting some vision down, really just accomplishing their goals with plenty of time for Klepto to head back, change his trinket, and get to jungling.
Yeah, Ancient Mommy is going to end up just going up towards his blue buff. Not going to show him starting on the red. So going to be keeping Glacial Rising Phoenix a little bit on the unsure about his exact pathing, but also Klepto is going to be starting red too. So both junglers starting on the top side.
That's not where I generally like to start Zac, but I get it. Like, I really appreciate having the red buff on Zac.
But and honestly, they're spawning Klepto out here at the red buff too. So on that ward, Iron Dragon is going to know Klepto's doing that red buff in the Raptors. While they really still don't know, Glacial Rising still doesn't know where Zac is. You think he's probably on the top side of the map. But again, not 100% sure exactly what he's doing.
I mean, you can make some pretty educated guesses. He hasn't shown up with that red buff yet. You can guess pretty well. They might not realize that he hasn't done Krugs, but outside of that, you know, it should be fine.
Candy grabbing some early priority mid lane, pushing this up.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be some good times to abuse as I'm Candy. Having the damage bonus of that Doran's Ring means he'll be able to trade just a little bit more efficiently.
Yeah, the word time down, Glacial Rising still hasn't seen that Zac's bot side, even though you might think he is, but meanwhile, Klepto coming in for that fat gank. Like, Jalu gonna flash that, so he's gonna end up being perfectly fine. Probably, unless he walks a little bit too close again, not gonna be taken down. Cutting that a little bit closer than he probably would have wanted to, but gonna end up being perfectly fine.
I mean, he got pretty low, 31 health when he backs. That's an auto attack.
Yeah, probably would have had to back either way. Did taking a little bit of extra damage there as he kind of walked sideways towards Glacial Rising Phoenix's bot lane, but not really gonna matter. Gonna reset anyways and head back to lane. Seeing Klepto not taking the scuttle, which is a little interesting with the priority. I guess it's split priority between mid and bot. So Klepto gonna take down the scuttle crab. Now looking for a gank mid. Candy gonna be pretty lucky here as he's just pushing that wave up. Gonna just walk away, not gonna be in any real danger. Speed is just trying to farm up these minions.
Klepto walked right onto a ward.
So that's after first back. We see Candy already at 5 CS. Putting that pressure onto Skiz early on. Gonna teleport back to lane too. Skiz bringing Ignite. Candy definitely winning this lane already with the teleport. Not looking quite good for the mid lane for Glacial Rising Phoenix. Is gonna push another wave into the turret here.
You know, shockingly, User Person is behind in CS against Joey Desu. Now, Joey Desu playing a champion he is very comfortable with, but it's a little surprising.
Yeah, and obviously bot lane, more pings. Klepto back in this bot lane. Flash is still down for Lai Jialu from the last gank. Minion wave doing a little bit of work, but the nice flash stun coming in from the Xyland is too locked down. Lai Jialu will cause first blood. Teleport's now coming in from across the map. Klepto being dropped very low. User Person trying to pick up that kill, but is able to get the last auto attack off before dying himself.
Yeah, that was also a heal use to hopefully get Klepto out of there. Didn't quite work, but I think that's Klepto's first back, which means he's gonna be able to spend a lot of gold.
Lucian gonna be able to, or Elijah Jolly rather, gonna come back to lane just in time to pick up most of this wave. Not gonna miss too much down here in this bot lane, despite dying. Candy clearing a little vision in that bottom side of the river, taking rid of that pink ward.
Yeah, we're gonna see a had Klepto not died there, we would have probably immediately seen a move for Dragon, but they're definitely gonna start making those plays and getting that set up here soon.
Yeah, we see Klepto's been looking very proactive on this Morgana pick. Exactly what you want to be doing. Got the flash out of Lai Jialu early on. Came back for a repeated gank. ended up picking him up. If you're trying to keep Elijah behind, it's a great job taking him out, making him miss some XP, making him miss some CS, and now they're going to start this dragon with some priority.
Notably, Ain't Your Mommy is ahead in level, but that should even up pretty quickly with a dragon kill.
Yeah, Ain't Your Mommy on the bot side of the map here, but no real contest coming through from Iron Dragon. Just going to hand it over.
Yeah, it was fairly clean dragon, and it looks like a little bit of CS lost, but not a lot, and dragon definitely worth like 2 or 3 melee minions.
I was a little surprised at how far Elijah was standing here, with Ancient Mommy still at the Raptors camp. Being a little brazen. Not going to end up being punished for it at all.
The situation in mid is really starting to tip in I'm Candy's favor, though. Like, we're seeing close to 20 CS lead. You're seeing Vamp Scepter completed, which that's going to make this laning a lot better for I'm Candy.
Yeah, and Klepto's been looking mid a couple different times, trying to find something to make work there, but hasn't found much. Skiz now dashing and getting some more pokes down. Landing that Q as well on the Skiz, but Klepto has an opportunity here. Not many wards protecting Candy. If he's able to come in and make something happen, definitely be a saving grace for this mid lane.
I mean, we're already looking at Skiz being about 400 gold behind.
It's Skiz down on mana. I didn't actually catch that. Skiz doesn't have enough mana to really all in at this point, especially after farming this wave.
Oh yeah, sitting at like 30 mana.
Oh, top lane though, we see Ancient Mommy coming in. Joey Desu forced to flash away, but gonna be perfectly fine. Doesn't want to have to deal with the Zac ult, doesn't want to deal with the Kennen ult. Not trying to give up a death here in the top lane, just trying to farm it out.
User person looks like he might want to. Well, they might try it again. Just try and get another attack in.
Yeah, they got the flash, so looking if they can land a knockup. Lots of damage at the disposal. Ignite ready on user person. It's like Joey Desu walking in place. He doesn't quite want to. Ancient Mommy missing the arm grab, so Joey Desu not gonna be able to be pulled towards anything.
And gank on bottom lane from Klepto also not turning up much, but it is enough damage to force Elijah and Zolutions out of the bottom lane.
And we see Skiz now in potential danger as Ancient Mommy decides not to end up diving that with Klepto in the area. But a big thing that's been going on here is really the priority that Candy's been able to generate in the mid lane for Iron Dragon. As we see potential roam up top lane, maybe not, coming back to mid lane. But the fact that Skiz has been pushed under his turret and being pressured to, just while he's CSing this entire game pretty much, is really making it difficult for Glacial Rising Phoenix to do much around the map other than just Klepto keeping on going bot lane. Because he's got the bot lanes that worked bot lane ganks have worked a couple different times. But another lane that they were looking at being able to get free ganks on would have been mid lane if once Cinder hit 6, able to land a stun and do an all-in with Klepto there. But when Skiz hit 6, he was low on mana, didn't have priority, was chunked down, not able to find a gank there, and really just the inability from Skiz to be able to leave lane at all has been hurting them.
Yeah, but kind of in the opposite end of that, even with gank to assist, Joey Desu has been dominating this lane against user person, just truly abusing him, and you can see that in a 20 CS difference, but more than that, a 600 gold difference.
Yeah, top lane's been a little bit of an island. Ancient Mommy tried to make something happen up there to shift that lane state a little bit, but yeah, Joey Desu just farming up on this gangplank, and if you're a gangplank, you're okay with that. You already picked up 1 kill when you teleported bot, and you got a CS lead, so you're just chilling up there.
I mean, he has most of a Trinity Force done now.
See Klepto still hovering this mid lane, got a pink ward down in that bush, trying to find something to play onto Candy. Does land the root. Skiz gonna fire off that ultimate. Klepto trying to land that Q, not gonna be enough, but trying to dive his turn. The turret shot is not gonna kill Klepto, as he does have the stasis. Ancient Mommy is gonna be here, probably gonna pick it up. Black Shield coming through, trying to save his life. Is gonna be able to walk out with his life as a 1 for 0 as they take down Candy.
That's exactly what Klepto's been looking for all game, and finally got it. I am just astounded by that play and that use of stopwatch. Well timed.
Bot lane. Zylandis missing his Bard ultimate, almost catching out Lai Jialu, but not quite landing it. But yeah, I mean, back to that mid lane play. That was really well executed from Skiz and Klepto, honestly. I didn't think they were going to have enough to take him out, especially when that they started diving the turret, but ended up picking up the kill and getting out with his life, and it was really well done. A little bit of eyeing on the bot lane here from Iron Dragon with the Ancient Mami in the area, but just going to end up walking away as Klepto's walked back now onto the bottom side of the map.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure coming down as this dragon has come back up. Oh wow, that was, I don't know if that was intended by your mommy or not.
It's grabbing the blast cone. It's possible. Yeah, ping's now onto the dragon.
Yeah, there was an attempt to get vision control, and it just didn't really work out. And now Solution is back at base. This dragon seems to be pretty free.
I'm surprised that Glacial Rising Phoenix has been able to take down these two dragons. It's really because Iron Dragon hasn't even really looked interested in them at all. They've had huge priority in the mid lane. It seems like when the dragons come up, all of a sudden they don't have priority in the mid lane. That's like the only times that they don't have massive priority in the mid lane is when dragons are up. Because bot lane's been pretty even lane state, depending. The Waste is bouncing back and forth a lot. But yeah, as soon as the dragon objective comes up, priority in the mid lane just becomes pretty neutral, and Iron Dragon hasn't really looked interested in the dragon, so that's the second Drake now for Glacial Rising Phoenix.
I mean, this is they're trying to win their lanes, but they're letting objective control go, and that's going to cost them in the long run in this game.
And now Klepto's gone up to the Herald. They're going to take that down too. Way that's going to be contested as long as Skiz is able to not die here to this mid gank. As Ancient Mami does be jumping in, it looks like Skiz is probably going to end up going down. Yeah, too much damage coming in from Candy on this Lucian. But we'll end up taking down Herald.
Ancient Mami just used his flash on, or used his smite on that. So he was in no condition to go after that Herald.
Yeah, just hand over the Herald. Picked up that kill mid lane though, Skiz. Getting caught out by the Zac. Now seeing Joey Desu. But Klepto is here. Gonna run right into Ancient Mami. That's a lot of damage coming out from Zac. A lot of damage real quick. Black Shield trying to keep him alive, trying to stop the CC slows coming through. But it is not going to matter. He is falling, and Joey Desu is now looking into a similar boat.
You know, that was
misses
that was just a bad positioning. Klepto just walking into a bush, got caught by a Zac, didn't think, oh, Ancient Mami could be here, even though wards have been cleared out, and then just that costs 2 kills.
Yeah, normally you wouldn't think that the enemy jungle would just be chilling in your tri-bush there as you're walking through, but he was waiting there looking for that gank. And yeah, 2 more kills now in favor into the pockets of Iron Dragon. If you're Glacial Rising Phoenix, now you're down about 2,000 gold. It's not really the position you wanted to be in. You know, just about 15 minutes into this game, you would want to have a little bit more of a snowball going with this Morgana jungle. They were able to get that gank off bot lane. We do see another bot lane gank. Skiz actually just roams down bot. Does not have priority mid, will be missing this wave, but able to roam down bot, pick up that kill. But, you know, Glacial Rising Phoenix just hasn't been able to do too much other than those early bot ganks.
Useful Person definitely in a bad place now with this advanced positioning on Kennen.
Yeah, running for the hills now. Manages to stun Joey Desu. But we see Epic Fail Guy now coming up. Gonna cut him off if he is needed to, but, you know, Stacy's gonna buy him a little bit of time, but he's gonna be shut down. That's a shutdown on the clip, though.
Yeah, that was 150 gold. That's gotta feel good. It looks like we've had a rotation. Epic Fail Guy and Zylandis now in mid lane. There's not a lot left on that tower, but...
I mean, Skiz was just getting pushed in the entire game. Lane was not necessarily great for them in the mid, so just gonna swap him down bot, keeping that solo XP going. Bring Epic Fail Guy up. And really look for the third dragon. If they can pick up third Drake here, it is only a Mountain Soul, not the best for their comp, especially, but see Skiz now in a bad spot. Ancient Mami flying in from across the screen. Be a nice kill there, picked up Lai Jialu.
Lai Jialu really needed that too. He's like, CS now is fine, but he hasn't had the best game, already giving up 2 kills.
Yeah, the casualty from the early game was up in the bot lane, as we see. He's trying to go on a little bit ham, trying to pick up another kill on the Klepto. Probably gonna be able to just walk right out of this one.
Flash.
Diving the turret. Wow. Going right in. Not much is probably gonna come out of this. Ancient Mamic is too tanky. Lijalu trying to put some damage on under this turret, keeping the pressure up, but as you're saying, yeah, Lijalu. Oh, nice Spartle coming in from Xylan to stun him. Chain CC will not be followed up, but the TP is now coming into from user person. More of a respect TP, just trying to disengage Glacial Rising from this situation.
Like, you still have On Candy in the mid lane, so this is a 3v4, but it was I don't know, I think they could have just backed off of that. They weren't going to manage to take that tower there. I don't know what you're really pushing at, staying around.
And Dragon's going to be spawning in here quite soon, so probably should reset, get back to that objective, and try to keep Glacial Rising Phoenix from picking up the 3rd Drake. Again, Mountain Soul's not the best one for a comp like this, but, you know, it's definitely great to have in your pocket, so.
I mean, I'll take a free shield every game I can get it.
Absolutely. Definitely still a powerful buff. And Glacial Rising Phoenix has full priority here. Oh, huge engage now coming from Ancient Mamic. Lands on the Klepto. CC will not quite take him down as the Black Shield wasn't negating that. And he will get out with a sliver of HP. He's the person now kind of looking on the flank trying to find him. He needs to be a little careful here.
Ancient Mamic is perfectly fine staying in this fight. He still has his passive. But Klepto getting knocked so low, that basically means this dragon should go to the Iron Dragon.
Another re-engage. Skiz now going to find himself dead very quickly. More now coming through. I'm Kenny now popping the culling, trying to put out all kinds of damage. User person now comes. Massive ultimate. Joey Desu will be falling. Double kill for Lijalu. Nice Dark Bonding will land onto user person. Oh, Epic Fail Guy lands that last Q to take him out. But this dragon should surely still go into the pocket of Iron Dragon.
He can go ahead and dive on it, absolutely. But right now, the only they need to hurry because Joey Desu can 100% teleport in there as soon as he is up.
Xylan is landing the ultimate there, but not much going to come out of it. Glacial Rising Phoenix not quite confident enough to walk through that choke point towards the dragon.
Follow-up fight. You know, they still have numbers, but again, Joey Desu with teleport, it's a little greedy to keep pushing. So I'm glad to see them, like, back off, reset, go spend your gold. You just got a lot of it.
Yeah, when you were talking before about Lijalu being a little behind, and that was really too Klepto being able to get those early ganks off. And to their credit, that's what they really needed to do. We're talking pregame about trying to keep the bot lane, trying to keep Lijalu under control. And they were able to do that to a certain point. They just weren't quite able to hold the rest of the map together. I'm Candy was an absolute monster, so kind of leads to this sort of an even game state. But Lijalu picked up 2 kills now in that last fight around Dragon, so a lot more gold going to be in his pocket. And a lot of that work you were working for early on, trying to keep him down, is going to be a little bit negated at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like there's a toying with doing this, Shelly, but it's going to despawn before anything can actually happen, so I don't know what the point of this is.
Yep, Baron going to be spawned into the map now. 20 minutes in. Only about a 1,500 gold difference. We were talking again, if Iron Dragon's able to scale up, while there is the GP and Ezreal in the hands of Glacial Rising Phoenix, I think Iron Dragon's going to have the comp to take down these later game team fights if Glacial Rising Phoenix gets caught into taking any of them. Especially as we get close to 30 minutes.
There's not a true hard tank on the side of Glacial Rising Phoenix, and that might be the difference maker.
Oh, user person now just barely sidestepping that Ezreal ult. Not out of the woods yet, though. Definitely in between a couple members of Glacial Rising Phoenix. Oh, nice flash coming through. Will end up falling anyways. Joey Desu is able to take him down. Ancient Mami now rooted for a long period of time with that Dark Binding. But it's just so tanky, taking all kinds of damage. Ends up falling finally. And Solution as well. Now it's 3 down on the side of Iron Dragon.
Giving a double kill over to Epic Fail Guy, that's going to be rough.
You see Candy on the bot side.
Yeah, Candy's just shoving lanes. He is split pushing and just shoving this lane in.
Yeah, 21 minutes in, 195 CS. Does get hit by the stun there, not much going to happen. But Candy's absolutely massive right now on Lucian. Despite Iron Dragon just losing 3 kills there. Baron going to be probably taken down. We see a teleport coming in. They're actually going to contest this.
You would have to contest this. It's still a very close game.
They definitely can, yeah.
This is a sneaky Baron, but I don't think it's good enough. As long as Ain't Your Mommy gets in there in time, that would be
calling was up. Calling was up on Candy. Is absolute massive right now. Don't want to throw your lead you just got. You just took down 3 members for 0. Lost a turret bot, but you know, don't want to die at Baron. Don't want to hand over Baron because that would pretty much be the end of this game.
And they haven't had
Astral landing on his Xylantis, stunning him out. We'll be able to use the Mystical Journey to probably stay alive. Massive stun there coming onto Lijalu, but no one's going to end up falling here.
And of note, you hadn't given Glacial Rising Phoenix a chance to spin that gold, so it was still just theoretical catching up.
Very true, very true. So the Baron's going to stay on the map for the time being. I'm sure both these teams will keep their eyes on that objective over the next several minutes. But also coming onto the map will be the next Drake here in 50 seconds. Will Glacial Rising Phoenix be able to take down 3rd Drake and get to Soul Point?
You see Xylandis making the plays, getting vision up. They're definitely wanting to make that play.
Well, Iron Dragon really needs is we see once again Candy in this top lane, in the side lane, just try and get solo XP and put pressure on, but does not have TP available for this objective, so kind of hard committing to this sort of pressuring top style while this objective is being fought over.
Yeah, look, Desu can move to kind of counter that a little bit, but I think
Joey's got TP.
Yeah, I think this is just going to pull Xylandis out of position. Candy is making a mad dash towards that bottom lane.
Yeah, he's hightailing it. Joey Desu right behind him. But looks like Glacial Rising Phoenix once again kind of able to get priority. Does have Candy kind of on the flank on their backside. You need to be a little bit careful. As Iron Dragon's kind of baiting them into this. Candy now still on the backside. This is really well executed by Iron Dragon. Oh, we see Angel Mami going in big, massive damage with the massive Zac ultimate. Astral missing, but Candy now 1v1ing Skis on the back line, able to pick that kill up. And now Glacial Rising Phoenix is running for the hills. Ancient Mami still in there taking all kinds of damage. Oh, but Joey Desu able to shut down Candy. That is absolutely massive. An Epic Fail Guy now able to do work on the back line, and Glacial Rising Phoenix is absolutely wipes Iron Dragon. Or use the person able to get out, rather, but 4 kills for 1 in favor of Glacial Rising Phoenix.
And the Dragon, and you now have a massive lead on Joey Desu.
That's what we're talking about. Like, not even just Joey Desu, you got Epic Fail Guy picking up a couple extra kills there, and once he gets ahead on this Ezreal, it is so hard to kill him, and it was so hard to kill him in that fight. He kited back towards, past the blue buff, past the blasting cone, for so long, just putting out damage onto Ancient Mami, and they were just unable to take him down, and that was really the changing of that fight. The damage was continually able to come through from these members, and we saw, as you're saying, Joey Desu able to take down Candy there. That was an absolutely massive play to really completely turn that fight around.
Absolutely. Now, the cost of achieving that fight was losing your top outer tower. At this point, you have a 4-2 tower advantage for Iron Dragon. Glacial Rising Phoenix really needs to make a play at getting some map control. They need to get a hold of either the mid lane tower or something, because right now, after every fight, they're having to push minion waves back out.
Yeah, not able. not able to take any turrets after that, but again, picking up the third dragon, that's huge. Soul point now. Next time that objective comes around, I got a huge opportunity to take that, as well as really quickly. I just want to touch on that the fight. Not quite going to see an engagement in the mid lane. We do see a flank actually. Ancient Volley behind the members of Glacial Rising Phoenix. Ash ult landing onto Epic Veil Guy. Massive ult coming in from User Person. Look at the damage coming through. Skiz able to still stay alive though. Is he going to take the magical journey? Able to slide right out. Not out of the woods yet though. User Person trying to find the kill. Not quite going to have enough damage, but Uncanny was able to take out Epic Veil Guy also on the side while this was going down. So still going to be one kill in the favor of Iron Dragon as they're trying to look to take some more objectives.
You know, for only losing one member, that was a pretty disastrous fight for the team of Glacial Rising Phoenix. They lost another tower. They were in a position to get that tower back, but you know, not having control of their own jungle, not having good vision above them, they just let a Zac get behind them and engage.
Yeah, they pushed up a little bit far in the mid lane without the rest of their team there, without the vision that they needed. So, I mean, just look at the vision coming from Iron Dragon. Look at all those pink wards and control wards on the top side of the map. Got that deep one by the red buff. Got one in the Baron Pit. Got one in your own side of the jungle. He's got lots of vision control. And was able to pull one over on Glacial Rising Phoenix there. I'm not sure if that pink ward in the dot bush was there at the time when this play happened. I think it must have been, but somehow Ancient Mommy able to slip in the back.
No, I'm not going to say that Xylandis isn't doing everything in his power. He currently has a vision score of 84. Like, that's not terrible at 27 minutes. But they just did not have an idea of where Ain't Your Mommy was and got pinched.
So once again, we see Candy on this bot lane, solo farming XP at level 16 already. Absolutely massive on this Lucian, 265 CS as he's standing there farming the Gromp. We have not seen Candy yet on the Lucian pick in this mid lane. Definitely an aggressive pick, and I like seeing it in his hands. He's been performing very well, and it's going to be really on him. I feel like to put out the damage of these team fights, because they had such a great fight around that dragon earlier, but they just didn't quite play the second half of it right. Candy was kind of forced to walk towards Glacial Rising Phoenix by himself, dealing with Joey Desu. So just needs to be a little bit more careful with the way that they play out these team fights and keeping Candy alive so he can keep putting out damage.
Yeah, absolutely. You're also seeing just like how big Ain't Your Mommy really is. I suspect, yeah, he's now over 3,300 health. The only real tank on the map. He is so beefy. He was able to absorb a great deal of damage. And I believe his passive is about to be back up. Yeah, he's 5 seconds from having his passive back. So, Ain't Your Mommy is able to get into the middle, and with those Zac knockups, just cause all kinds of damage. And they just have not been able to efficiently answer him yet.
Yeah, 7 seconds now on this Soul Dragon point for Glacial Rising Phoenix. They do have priority in this river, but once again, seeing Ancient Mommy on the back side of them, and I really, this is kind of the fight that was looking really good for Iron Dragon with the sort of flanks. We see a TP also coming in. User Person not going to be on the backside. This could be absolutely devastating if they don't notice it. But he is spotted out. Going to end up catching out Klepto as he is now in the middle of 5 members, pops the stasis. But I don't see him getting out of there alive. Ancient Mommy now trying to stall some time as he's actually dropped very low. And this fight is not looking good for Iron Dragon at all. They are all running now, low health bars. And again, almost a little bit of a cheek. Oh, he is able to pick up the kill on the line. Jalu there as another kind of failed attempt here from Iron Dragon.
The reason why you bring, like, one of the best tactics is a Morgana is to just be in the middle of their team, hit R, wait for your, and then immediately hit your hourglass and get kills. It worked that time. It took User Person out. It did a lot of damage. And it also, even, like, now that he has Leandri's completed, it looked like it did a fair amount of damage to Ain't Your Mommy. So maybe they have their plans for that champion in play now.
Yeah, Klepto really has bought them just enough time to do what they need to do in that fight, and you've seen the Iron Dragon now. As Shimami in there tries to steal, it's gonna end up falling for sure. Passive is available, but not gonna end up meaning too much, you would think. Trying to pull off the heroic steal, but the culling now coming out, trying to put damage down. Fail guy, forced the E away, but again, I don't really see how, with no smite available, they're gonna defend this dragon. Trying to just do it in brute force with a team fight. After not gonna land on anybody, but you putting out lots of damage on the skid is not gonna end up finding the kill. Stasis will not be enough. He will be taken down. Epic fail guy. Now looking for more. Candy though, able to take up one kill himself before going down. But this is going to be another team fight going in the favor of Glacial Rising Phoenix. And unless Lion Jialu is able to pick up a miracle steal here, that will be Mountain Soul.
That was a massive fight. Mountain Soul is probably the win condition now, but you just dumped a lot of money on I'm Candy. He took at least one bounty there too, so I wouldn't count this team out yet.
The way I see is Candy is just so big now on Lucian. He got a couple more shutdowns, obviously more damage and more damage. But they have enough tools at their disposal, I feel like, to win these team fights. They've just been kind of taking these weird... They tried like a weird flanky fight originally around the third dragon, which they ended up not quite winning because Candy ended up falling. And they tried another flanky fight here around this dragon with the user person on the backside. And that one didn't really work out either. And then they tried to kind of fight without Ancient Mami. I don't know. I feel like they really just need to try to go to more of a front-to-back team fight. Maybe if you can get user person on the flank, it's still good. Obviously, a cannon flank's great. But they've been trying to get these like two-fronted fights surrounding Glacial Rising Phoenix, and it hasn't really worked out for them.
I just a couple of times. Let's not say that hasn't been completely helpful, but it definitely hasn't. It did not work out there, and I think a lot of that strongly had to do with Aunt Your Mommy blindly jumping in to try and smite steal a dragon that currently wasn't being fought. It was a cute move by Glacial Rising Phoenix. I don't think I would support them doing it ever again, but it worked that time.
Yeah, it worked. Now they got that Mountain Soul in their pockets. So Elder will be the next dragon spawning in 4 minutes, but meanwhile the Baron is up, so probably going to be a little bit of attention put onto that objective by these two teams, as we're now 33 minutes into this game, just about a 1,000 gold difference, and I know personally I wasn't, going into the game one, I wasn't expecting this quite to play out this way.
Apparently, Joey Desu is now dropping 1,000 damage kegs, so that's terrifying.
Yeah, there's that damage. Again, we see Kane now on the backside of this fight. Kind of on this two-fronted, trying to find a flank. Kane now forced to run away. Temper Fate not going to be enough as he does have the dash. Whoa, Magical Journey going to find people right onto Candy. He's going to be dropped. Ancient Mami now also jumping in. Trying to fight a 4v5 now. Klepto going to be taken low. Does have the stasis available. User person now trying to find that huge damage with his ultimate. Not going to have enough to take in and out, though. He's going to find himself in the middle of people. But Lai Jialu able to be shredding through the rest of the team while user person was stalling time, and that's going to end up being a 2-for-2.
You know, I was questioning why they would re-engage on that. Like, you lost I'm Candy, just back off. But now they've stopped the Baron. They've bought themselves some time, and they're going to be able to probably get these lanes pushing again, which is still in their favor. So, it was not a bad re-engage.
Yeah, absolutely not. I was a little shocked as well, but again, we talked about the raw team fighting capabilities from this comp from Iron Dragon. You lose I'm Candy, and they still have the cannon. They still have the tank. They still got Ancient Mami flying in with the ultimate. They've got enough time to buy Lai Jialu to do the damage that he has to do. And I feel like the window to win this game is almost kind of closing for Glacial Rising Phoenix. They have another couple minutes here where they could make a play, but as we get to the higher levels and these players from Iron Dragon finishing off their builds, I think this is going to be too much damage and too much team fighting capability. They're going to have to really dodge the team fights. Take ones they really can, and try to make Iron Dragon take a bad fight. Try to make them engage a little bit too far.
At this point, you also have Ain't Your Mommy with a Warmogs, and that's going to be a big Zack.
Absolutely. And also Candy now finishing GA. That is definitely not what you want to see if you Glacial Rising Phoenix here. You take him out once, now you're going to have to take him out again. So again, it's going to be really tough for, I think, Glacial Rising Phoenix to win the game at this point. It just took a little bit too long as we are now 36 minutes into this game. It's just going to take some massive Gangplank kegs or a massive Bartle.
Now you're seeing a very sneaky Baron play.
Yeah, I mean, Jolly's just pretty much shredding this. Some members from Glacial Rising Phoenix here. Bartle's going to buy a little bit of time, as they're probably going to take him off here. We see Skiz coming in on the backside now. There's only 3 members were there at the Baron. And Glacial Rising Phoenix saying thanks for the leash as they're trying to go back in and take it, but Ancient Mommy going in with the engage. Almost absolutely popping Klepto. Jolly just absolutely melting the members of Glacial Rising Phoenix. Joey Detsu trying to 1v1 Candy, but he's the person coming in there to help him out. And this is definitely not going well for Glacial Rising Phoenix. Oh my gosh! Thailand is able to take down the Baron though for Glacial Rising Phoenix, and they're running for the base trying to keep this buff. Iron Dragon now turning towards the mid lane turrets, trying to get something back there. A little bit probably angry that Xylan is able to take down that Baron for him.
That was a big play. I mean, I don't know that I've seen a Bard get a Baron steal before, so we can mark that one off the bucket list.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. That's a massive play. That's the kind of play you need if you're gonna win the game. If you're Glacial Rising Phoenix, but you can't have too much time to wait. You gotta get back to this Elder Dragon, and unfortunately, Joey Detsu still got 10 seconds, does have teleport available, but it's not gonna be quite in time. Especially if Glacial Rising Phoenix is not quite able to rotate over to this objective, so was able to steal the Baron, but that's gonna be a huge time here while Elder Buff is now in the hands of Iron Dragon. You gotta be very careful as Islandis almost getting picked off there.
Yeah, solidly half health.
So there's gonna be a little window here.
You still have 3 members with Baron buff to try and help push these lanes out and maybe pressure an objective. As I was pointing out earlier, though, the one thing that Glacial Rising Phoenix has not been able to do this game is pressure towers. They've managed to get the outer towers, and that is it. And
go ahead.
Even with Baron, they're probably still going to struggle to do that. They need to get some towers, and they need to
get kills with the Baron still up as we find. They just really got to watch out for this this period where Elder's still up, and a lot of that's being wasted right now as Iron Dragon isn't really able to do anything around the map. They're kind of just farming the jungle camps and getting ready for another push. But if Glacial Rising Phoenix is able to just kind of wait out this Elder Dragon buff, they're gonna have a little period where again, they got Baron. Are they able to siege anything down? It might be a little hard because you don't want to get engaged on super hard with a cannon flank or an Ancient Mommy, leap. But at the very bare minimum, Iron Dragon does not have Elder Dragon and Baron. So that's honestly, if that's all you get from that steal, as user person barely dodges that Ezreal, then you're still gonna take it for sure.
Yeah, absolutely, and maybe they'll be able to do something, but I'm Candy's just going to keep split pushing pretty safely. They still haven't answered this tactic.
Yeah, and he's been 18 now, so getting that silent XP really paying off for him. Oh, stun that land Jolly, forced to pop the Mercurial Scepter. She does not have. Maybe that. Oh, it's Mikhail's. Mikhail's coming through from Solution. Quite apt. Stun on Epic Fail guy. Not going to end up coming through. Ancient Mommy going pretty deep here. Dark Bonding going to be quite a while, and he's going to end up falling.
That was an aggressive engage without any follow-up.
Yeah, quite. That was definitely a little bit of an overstep from Ancient Mommy. That's going to be a down man as Elder Dragon, rather, was not able to land another stun that landed Elijah, but he's not going to be able to be locked down again. And that could have been devastating. You see Joey Detsu walking a little bit far, Blade of the Ruin King being popped. He's trying to find another stun to land, but is not able to connect. They still got 23 seconds.
That was their chance to really get a good team fight in. Now they're just going to back off, try and farm some of their jungle a little bit. but this game is 100% falling out of their control. The goal has been neck and neck the entire game. It's never been more than a few thousand away from each other, but at this point, with the pressure they put on the map and the sheer amount of money that has been dumped into this I'm Candy, and the almost unkillability of Ain't Your Mommy, even though he did just like leap into a bunch of enemy champions and die instantly. But he's incredibly beefy. This team is getting into a late game comp that I don't think Glacial Rising Phoenix is going to be able to burst out.
Again, we almost saw it happen, but the Mikhails coming through from Zolution was absolutely massive twice. Twice Lai Jialu got stunned up by Skiz's E, and twice Mikhails was able to save his life. And especially that second time, absolutely massive. And we see Zolution actually maybe being popped here. We'll get that second proc to stun him up, and Epic Fail guy gonna take him down. So Iron Dragon's being a little bit sloppy here, loosening some of their members unnecessarily.
Every time you get a kill, you need to be pressing that advantage, and I'm Candy actually falling back, a rare retreat, as we're finally seeing damage being done to an Iron Dragon tower.
And it's still 30 seconds down Solution. That's big because Mikhails isn't available, as well as Lulu ult's not available. That's a lot of survivability out the window, but meanwhile, I'm Candy absolutely gonna pop Skiz as that Ancient Mommy ult comes in, and User Person now doing all kinds of damage on this cannon, flying into the backline. Silanus now running for the hills, Klepto trying to peel his support with that Dark Binding. But we see also I'm Candy now, who's teleported deep behind Glacial Rising Phoenix, trying to cut them off on this retreat. Is going to be able to do another teleport coming in for User Person, and this is not good for Glacial Rising Phoenix. They're going to get caught out here and get absolutely shredded. Ancient Mommy trying to stay alive in the process, but Klepto going to be dropped by Lai Jialu. And Silandis gonna get stunned up by User Person there under the turret, and that's an ace.
That should spell immediate towers. Just get in there, wreck the base, win the game. It's getting too late and too tight to do anything else.
And this is a huge swing too, because again, Glacial Rising Phoenix just a second ago was pushing down mid lane 5v before they were caught out, and Iron Dragon's looking to probably end this game here. 30 seconds on 3 members. I don't really see a way that Glacial Rising Phoenix is going to be able to hold this off. We see Skiz able to pick up User Person, but I'm Candy going in the backline. GA still available, not going to end up mattering, even if he does go down. And this is going to be game 1, going to the side of Iron Dragon.
That was definitely that was an unfortunate way for the game to conclude. For Glacial Rising Phoenix, they had done so much so right. I think where they failed was the aggression needed. When they got the kills, they weren't able to further push those into more objectives, and that's what cost them the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Just 60 seconds prior to that game ending, as we were saying, Glacial Rising Phoenix pushing down mid 5v4. The problem with the comps is that, again, you look at the late game team fighting comp from Iron Dragon. You got Kennen, Zac, Lai Jialu on Ashe, and I'm Candy on Lucian. So much damage, so much team fighting capabilities available, even though Lucian was not there. Did not respect the flank engage coming through from Ancient Mommy. And the team comp was just too much to fight as they got caught out in that engage. Skiz was absolutely popped before the fight even started. So just not quite respecting the team fight capabilities of even a 4-man Iron Dragon here.
Yeah, absolutely. The damage charts are really showing it. I'm Candy with 47,000 damage to champions. Klepto being the second most in that game with 36,000, but 10,000 more damage to champions on I'm Candy. That's massive. And
Candy's absolutely massive.
And I'm not even going into damage to towers or anything like that. He was always on the wings, always pushing towers, making that end possible.
And really the last play of the game there was so my brain's not thinking of the right word. Perfect for the story of the game, because Iron Dragon has been continually trying to find his flanks, these TP flanks, sending User Person in the backside, sending Ancient Mommy flying over the wall on the backside, trying to find these panks, trying to find these picks. And they were able to do one more time when it counted most, with these death timers getting quite long. Find the flank they needed, find the engage they needed when their backs were kind of the wall there, and able to pick up game 1.
Absolutely. I think a lot of this comes down to you had engage on both sides, but you had a terrifying Ain't Your Mommy able to get in the middle and wreck things, and just more AoE lockdown from user person. The damage, I think, might have equaled out possibly, but that's if the game kept going. I'm Candy was too far ahead, though. I mean, 12 kills, 22,000 gold, so far ahead. And then Lai Lu also ahead. Even though Epic Fail Guy had a decent early game, Lai Lu definitely caught up. So in the end, it was just like better application of CC and better auto attack carries.
Yeah, I'm looking forward into like the rest of the series now. It's tough to see like what Glacial Rising going to do to switch it up. Are they going to try to run back a comp like this? Because they were almost able to make it work. They kind of were able to get, as you're saying, Lai Jialu behind in the early game. They had a couple successful ganks. That's all what Morgana Jungle is about. They were able to do that, and they were able to kind of put themselves in a position to maybe win this game. They just weren't quite able to do quite enough to get themselves a lead in the early game, and it kind of just made the rest of the game so hard for them with the comp that Iron Dragon had. So it'll be interesting to see what Glacial Rising Phoenix opts to do if they kind of want to go for a similar style of trying to beat Iron Dragon early, which is, as we've seen in the past, a very valid tactic against Iron Dragon. If they fall behind early, they're sometimes just trying to scale up and go to these late game situations that they just don't get to. So it'll be interesting to see if Glacial Rising Phoenix is going to stick with this early game strategy of trying to just attack Iron Dragon early and get them behind, or if they're going to switch it up moving into game 2. But
I like their comp. I don't mind that strategy. I think they just need to show just a little bit more aggression and be able to hit the CC when Iron Dragon is in retreat.
Yep.
Stop them from getting away.
A couple more CCs landing early, a couple more plays made. Could be a completely different game. But it's also big for Glacial Rising Phoenix not to get too tilted from this, because, again, 43-minute loss in game 1 to Iron Dragon. If you pick up this game, you're feeling pretty good. Made that crucial mistake down mid lane, got caught out with the Ancient Mommy engaged. So this needs to be, remain centered. Hopefully not get too tilted from this loss as we move into game 2. But see what they have in store. Switching up their strategies, are going to keep it the same. We're going to have to go to a quick break here, as we will cut to a quick break and be back for game number 2 of this series. So don't go anywhere.